Why does no one choose me easily? That question sits in your head at night. You don't say it out loud to anyone. It's not about being alone, it's about noticing something. When people get close to picking you, something in them slows down. I remember this one time a few months back, talking to someone who seemed so sure at first. She'd text first, she'd ask when she could see me again, she made plans 2 weeks out like she meant them, and I let myself relax into that, cause it felt rare, honestly. It felt like maybe this was just gonna be easy for once. No overthinking, no waiting around wondering where I stood. She'd say things like, I really like talking to you. I don't do this with just anyone. And I believed her. Why wouldn't I? So, I started planning around her too. I started picturing things a few months out, which I don't usually do. I even told a friend about her, which is something I almost never do this early, cause usually I keep it quiet until I know it's real. Then it just slowed down, not all at once. She got busier, she needed space to figure some stuff out. She said it wasn't about me, she just wasn't sure what she wanted right now, and I sat there thinking, okay, that's fair, people need time, but weeks passed and the pause never turned into anything. It just stayed a pause. She still liked me, she still texted, she still said nice things, but she never moved. She'd cancel plans and reschedule them for a week later, then cancel those too. Always with a reason that sounded real enough, and I kept waiting for the moment she'd stop thinking and just choose. It never came. I think I waited about 2 months for a decision that was never actually coming. After that, my head wouldn't leave it alone. I went back through every conversation looking for the moment I lost her, even though I'm not sure I ever had her fully to begin with. I wondered if I talked too much about myself one night. I wondered if I seemed too available, too easy to get. I wondered if there was a version of me that moved slower, said less, needed less, that she would have picked without hesitating. I replayed the way she used to text first. Tried to figure out exactly when that changed. Like there was a specific line I crossed. I went back to specific nights, specific messages, trying to find the exact moment the energy shifted. There wasn't one. That's the part that got to me. No fight, no bad moment, nothing I could point to and fix. Just a slow settling into maybe and staying there. And when there's nothing to point to, you can't even explain it to anyone else without sounding like you're making it up. And I started noticing this isn't new. I can think of other people before her, different names, same shape. One girl in college who kept me around for almost a year, always warm, always affectionate, never quite ready to call it anything. Someone after that who told me I was the best she talked to in a long time and still ended up choosing someone else within a month. I'm liked quickly, I'm easy to get close to, people open up to me fast, tell me I'm easy to talk to, easy to be around. But when it comes to actually choosing, actually saying, yes, this one, no more looking, there's always this stall like I'm good enough to keep in rotation, but not good enough to stop the rotation for. And once you see that pattern twice, it's hard to unsee it a third time. Once you see it 3 or 4 times, it stops feeling like bad luck and starts feeling like a fact about you. So I started doing what I think a lot of people do without realizing it. I got easier to deal with. I stopped bringing up things that bothered me. I said it's fine, more than I meant it. I tried to seem low maintenance, like I wasn't asking for much. Cause maybe that's what tips someone over from unsure to sure. Maybe the ask itself is what scares people off. So I shrunk the ask. I got better at waiting without saying I was waiting. I stopped asking where things were going. Cause asking felt like pressure, and pressure felt like the thing that would push them further away. I told myself I was just being chill about it, not needy, not the guy who pressures anyone into anything. But really, I think I was auditioning for certainty, trying to be the kind of easy that makes hesitation disappear. And underneath all of that, there's a fear I don't say out loud much, that maybe I'm just not the kind of person people pick without thinking twice, that I'm the reasonable option, the safe one. The one you keep around while you're deciding on someone else. That there's some quality other people have, some obvious thing that makes a choice feel instant, and I just don't have it. I watch people talk about meeting someone and knowing right away, no hesitation, no maybe. And it messes with me a little every time I hear it, and I wonder what that even feels like from the other side, to be looked at like that. Because from where I'm standing, it always looks like careful consideration. It always looks like someone doing the math, weighing me against something, taking their time to be sure. It's a strange kind of tired, being liked but not chosen. It's not the sharp pain of getting rejected outright, it's slower than that. It's checking your phone and seeing a text that says I miss you, followed by weeks of nothing changing. It's someone telling you you're important to them, while their actions stay exactly the same as before they said it. You start to feel like you're stuck in a waiting room you didn't agree to sit in, flipping through the same 3 magazines. Watching other people get called back before you, and the worst part is, you can't even be mad. Cause nobody did anything wrong exactly, nobody lied, they just never got sure. And you're the one left holding that unsureness like it's something you did. And when I widen it out, I notice it's not just me, and it's not just her. This is just how things are now. Everyone's got somebody in the back of their mind they haven't fully closed the door on. Everyone's keeping a few options warm, just in case the current one doesn't work out. Nobody wants to commit to something and find out a week later there was something better right there the whole time. So people hesitate on purpose now. They call it being careful. They call it not rushing into anything. But really, it's just keeping their options open while they let you sit in the maybe. And the scary part is how normal that's become. Nobody even thinks it's cold anymore. They think it's smart. And once you're inside that system enough times, it starts rewiring how you see yourself. You stop asking, did this not work out? And start asking, what's wrong with me that this keeps not working out? Those are 2 different questions, and only one of them is fair to ask. But hesitation doesn't feel like a fact about them in the moment. It feels like a verdict about you. Like they looked at all of you and decided you were fine, just not fine enough to stop looking. And that's the part that sits in your chest at 1 a.m. Not the rejection, the maybe, the almost. The version where they liked you enough to keep you but not enough to choose you, and you don't get an explanation. You just get the waiting. I think what it actually does to a person is make them start shrinking, trying to fit a shape they think will finally be enough. You start believing if you were just a little less, a little quieter, a little easier, the hesitation would go away. But that's backwards. Hesitation was never about how much space you were taking up. It was never really about you at all. It was about them not being sure of what they wanted, and you just happened to be standing there while they figured it out. You can't fix someone else's uncertainty by becoming smaller. You can only end up smaller. For a long time, I thought being chosen easily meant I had to be more impressive, more interesting, more attractive, more whatever it is that makes someone stop scanning the room. I thought if I just leveled up enough, the hesitation would disappear on its own. But that's not what hesitation is. Hesitation isn't a scorecard. It's not that you're a 7 and they're waiting for a 9 to show up. It's that some people aren't actually ready to stop looking, no matter who's standing in front of them. You could be exactly what someone says they want, and they'll still hesitate, because the hesitation was never about your value. It was about their readiness. And readiness isn't something you can perform your way into. You can't convince someone to be done looking. They either are or they aren't. So the turn for me was realizing I kept treating hesitation like it was information about my worth. At first it felt like proof I wasn't enough. Like if I had been sharper, warmer, more whatever, the pause never would have happened. But it wasn't that. It was never that. It was misalignment. It was 2 people standing in different places, one of them ready, one of them still deciding, and no amount of effort closes that gap from one side. You can't outgive someone else's uncertainty. You can only notice it. Name it for what it is, and stop mistaking it for something you caused. And honestly, once I saw it that way, I stopped trying to be chosen and started just watching. watching whether someone moves toward me without me having to ask twice, watching whether plans stay plans instead of turning into maybes. It's not about being cold about it, it's just about not doing the deciding for both of us anymore, because that's what I was doing before. Quietly making the case for myself over and over, hoping the case would eventually win, but you can't win someone into certainty. Either they have it or they don't, and it's not your job to manufacture it for them. What I actually want now is simple. I want someone who doesn't need time to think about it. Not because I need to be irresistible, just because I'm tired of being the safe option while someone else takes their time deciding. I want the kind of yes that doesn't come with a pause first, and I'm learning that if I have to convince someone to get there, it was probably never going to be a real yes anyway, just a slower version of a no. I don't know if this feeling ever fully goes away. I think you just get better at noticing it earlier. You get better at clocking the pause before you've built 2 months around it. And that's not nothing. It's not the whole fix, but it's something. So if you're sitting with this question tonight, wondering why no one picks you easily, I don't think it's because you're missing something. I think you've just been standing near people who weren't done deciding yet. That's not the same thing as not being enough. That's the part I keep coming back to. It was never about being enough. It was about being near someone who was ready, and those aren't the same thing at all.